Ever get that feeling? You're about to go for something big, a promotion maybe, but then there's this little voice, right? Like a whisper saying, nope, not ready.
Oh, I know that voice.
That, my friend, is your self-image talking. And today we are diving deep, like really deep, into this program that says we can actually rewrite that script, that inner voice. It's called, get this, rewriting your new self-image.
Catchy.
Right. But this isn't just like some feel-good self-help stuff. This program, it gets down to business, modules, exercises, even mentions some kind of mentorship thing.
What's interesting to me right off the bat is how the creator emphasizes this whole journey aspect.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a quick fix. It's about realizing that our self-image, those beliefs we have deep, deep down about who we are, well, they might be running on outdated software.
Whoa, hold on. You're comparing our minds to computers now. I
Yeah.
like it. So are we talking about like deleting those old floppy disks full of self-doubt?
Exactly. It all starts with really getting how much this self-image, it impacts everything, our whole reality, really.
Yeah.
In the course, it lays out these examples that really make you think. Like, imagine applying for your dream job, right? Your self-image, it's the thing that determines if you even bother to apply in the first place.
So true. That inner critic, it can totally sabotage you before you even start. So how does this course tackle that?
So Module 1, it's all about unmasking, like really revealing your current self-image. It wants you to analyze how you talk to yourself every day. The inner voice, is it a cheerleader, cheering you on? Or is it more like a constant downer?
Oof. Yeah, I think we've all had times where that voice sounds more like a drill sergeant than a cheerleader, right?
For sure. And here's where it gets even more interesting, okay? The course, it doesn't stop there. It wants you to dig deeper, really examine the core beliefs that are driving that self-talk. Like, why is that voice so negative? It's about bringing those patterns, often from way back, into the open so you can actually see them.
Okay, so it's like holding up a mirror to those hidden insecurities that maybe we don't even realize are holding us back.
Yeah, like
I'm already feeling a little exposed here.
It makes me think of that saying, you have to empty the cup before you can fill it. You got to clear out those limiting beliefs to make room for a new, more powerful self-image.
So we've identified the problem, we've cleared out the clutter. Now for the exciting part, right? Building that awesome new self-image. Tell me more.
That's where it gets really cool. Module 2, this is where they bring in the visualization stuff, but hold on, it's not like what you're thinking. Not just some vague, I wish my life was better kind of thing.
Okay, now you've got me intrigued. Tell me more about this not so vague visualization they're talking about. What's so special?
So they walk you through this whole process, right? You're not just picturing your ideal self, it's like you become that person. It's vivid, You're not just watching yourself, you're feeling it, the emotions, the struggles, even the victories. You experience the whole journey.
Wow, so it's like high definition, surround sound, the whole 9 yards. I can see how that would be way more powerful than just some fuzzy daydream. But how does that actually change anything in the real world?
That's where this whole neuroplasticity thing comes in. It's pretty wild, actually. Our brains, they're constantly rewiring themselves based on what we think and what we experience. It's like a muscle. You use it, it gets stronger.
So by constantly picturing ourselves as confident, successful, all that good stuff, we're basically strengthening those pathways in our brains.
Exactly. Think about it. Let's say you're terrified of public speaking. Every time you avoid it, right, you're reinforcing that fear pathway in your brain. But if you're constantly visualizing yourself up there, speaking confidently, owning the stage.
You start building new pathways, the confident ones.
Exactly. You're basically retraining your brain to react differently.
That makes so much sense. Okay, so we've ditched the old self-image, we've visualized our dream selves. Now, how do we bridge the gap? How do we actually become that vision?
That's where Module 3 jumps in. They call it embracing the new self-image. And this is where the rubber meets the road. And they give you some actual tools to make it happen. One of the things they talk about, I found it really interesting, it's this act as if principle.
Act as if. Does that mean like faking it till you make it?
Not really. It's more about aligning your actions with this new self-image you've created. Like, ask yourself, what would the confident, successful me do in this situation? And then do it, even if it feels weird at first.
So like, if my dream self is a morning person, I should just set my alarm an hour early and jump out of bed, even if every fiber of my being is telling me to hit snooze.
Exactly. Each time you do that, act in alignment with that new image, you're reinforcing those neural pathways we were talking about. Like learning a new language, got practice.
It's like kicking those old limiting beliefs to the curb and making space for this whole new way of being. But all this inner work, what about actual tangible goals and achievements? So we've tackled the self-talk, we've visualized our dream selves, we're taking action. I mean, this is like a whole new identity we're building. But how do we set like actual goals that line up with this new version of us?
That's where Module 4 comes in, actualizing your new self-image.
Hmm.
It's all about setting goals that come from a place of, knowing what you're capable of, not from a place of lack or needing to prove anything.
So instead of being like, I need this promotion to feel worthy, it's more like,
Yeah.
I'm ready, bring it on, I've got this.
Yeah, exactly. It's about recognizing your own value,
Yeah.
that you are already enough. And these goals, they're not the end goal. They're more like stepping stones on this journey. And another thing they emphasize, being specific, having actionable goals, not just some vague ideas.
It's like they say, a goal without a plan is just a wish, right? Sounds like Module 4 is giving us the roadmap to turn those wishes into reality. But this whole process, it sounds like a lot of work, and it's ongoing, right? It's not like you just wake up one day and bam, new self-image done.
You got it. It's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
And that's what's so great about Module 5, mastering your new self-image. They get that this is a lifelong thing. You're always growing and evolving.
So it's about constantly showing up for yourself, even when those old doubts, they try to creep back in. How does the course recommend we do that?
They talk a lot about self-reflection, like taking the time to really appreciate your wins, even the small ones, and also being honest with yourself about where you can still grow. Oh, and they also suggest things like, daily meditation or journaling, just stuff to help you stay connected to that new self-image.
Those sound like great ways to keep that momentum going. Consistency is key, right?
Speaking of support, remember earlier you mentioned something about mentorship.
Yes. The course creator really emphasizes that having a mentor or even just a supportive community around you can make a huge difference.
Makes sense, right? When you're doubting yourself, having someone there who believes in you, it can change everything. It's like having your own personal cheerleader in your corner cheering you on.
Exactly. Someone to celebrate the wins with and help you through the rough patches. So as we wrap up this deep dive into rewriting your new self-image, it really makes you wonder, what kind of support system would help you become the best version of yourself? Something to think about as you start your own journey.